Hello, gentlemen. In the silence of self-assurance, manipulation shatters. Sigma males operate in a realm untouched by the need for validation, unfazed by the emotional storms that drive others into chaos. They move with quiet confidence, impervious to the games played by those who seek to distort reality. But there's a particular breed of manipulator that thrives on confusion and control, the gaslighter. These shadowy figures attempt to twist perceptions and warp truth, feeding off insecurity like parasites. However, when they meet a Sigma male, their tactics crumble. The manipulator finds themselves not just outmatched, but utterly exposed. What makes the Sigma male uniquely devastating to a gaslighter? How can someone so reserved and indifferent dismantle such a sinister form of psychological warfare? The answers are not just compelling, they're destructive to the very core of manipulation itself. Number 1 on our list, no validation needed. Gaslighting falls on deaf ears. Gaslighters rely on a simple tactic. They twist reality to make you doubt yourself, making you seek validation from them. It's a form of control that works best when someone is uncertain and needs outside approval to feel grounded. But Sigma males are built differently. They don't look to anyone else to define their worth or reality. Their sense of self is solid, independent of what others think or say. This makes them nearly impossible to manipulate. When a gaslighter tries to distort the truth, hoping to provoke insecurity, it falls on deaf ears. The Sigma male doesn't engage in the back and forth that gaslighters thrive on. They don't question their own perception of reality because they never needed external confirmation to begin with. It's like trying to light a match in a vacuum. It simply doesn't catch. This lack of need for validation is more than just confidence. It's an unshakable inner strength that gaslighters can't penetrate. While others might spiral into self-doubt, questioning their memories and judgments, the Sigma male stands firm. They recognize manipulation for what it is, but they don't give it oxygen. They aren't drawn into emotional battles or mind games because to them, the gaslighter's words hold no weight. By not seeking validation, Sigma males strip gaslighters of their power. Without a foothold, the manipulator's attempts to control or confuse become useless. What's left is a person scrambling to regain control over a situation that's already lost. The Sigma male doesn't just ignore the gaslighter. They quietly dismantle their entire strategy by refusing to play the game. In that silence, the gaslighter's power disintegrates. At number 2, silent, unshakable confidence, power in stillness. Gaslighters thrive on provoking emotional reactions. They push buttons, twist words, and create chaos, all in the hope of getting a rise out of someone. When they get that reaction, they gain control. But when they come across a Sigma male, their tactics hit a wall. The Sigma male doesn't flinch, doesn't argue, and doesn't give them the emotional feedback they're fishing for. Instead, they remain calm and composed, leaving the gaslighter with nothing to latch onto. This silent confidence isn't an act or a show of restraint. It's deeply ingrained in the way Sigma males operate. Their calmness comes from a place of inner security that gaslighters can't shake. It's not the loud, boastful kind of confidence that needs to be put on display. It's the quiet certainty of someone who knows exactly who they are. They don't feel the need to defend themselves or prove a point. And that calm, almost indifferent attitude is what frustrates gaslighters the most. Gaslighters rely on tension, confusion, and emotional instability to work their manipulation. When faced with a Sigma male who exudes stillness, their tactics crumble. The Sigma's quiet presence alone is enough to dismantle the manipulator's strategy. Without a reaction to exploit, the gaslighter is left powerless. The silence isn't passive, it's a weapon. It sends a message that the Sigma male sees through the manipulation but simply doesn't care enough to engage. This unshakable confidence leaves the gaslighter in an unfamiliar and uncomfortable position. They're used to controlling the narrative through emotional manipulation, but the Sigma male's composed response makes them irrelevant. The game can't continue without a willing participant, and Sigma males never volunteer. That calm exterior isn't just confidence, it's dominance without needing to lift a finger. Number 3, mind games don't work on steel-trap minds. Gaslighters play on confusion, twisting reality just enough to make their target question what's real. They rely on mental fog to gain control. But when they encounter a Sigma male, their tricks backfire. A Sigma's mind is sharp, focused, and immune to the mental gymnastics gaslighters depend on. It's not just intelligence, it's an ability to stay grounded in logic while others get lost in manipulation. Sigma males process information quickly and critically. When a gaslighter tries to shift the narrative or distort facts, a Sigma immediately recognizes the inconsistencies. Their mind operates like a steel trap, snapping shut on contradictions and half-truths before they can take root. Instead of getting tangled in the web of confusion, they break it down piece by piece, calmly and methodically. This ability to see through manipulation isn't just about intelligence, it's about perspective. Sigma males maintain a distance from emotional drama, which keeps their thinking clear. They don't get caught up in the whirlwind of emotions that gaslighters create. Instead, they remain detached, observing the gaslighter's tactics from a higher vantage point. This emotional distance makes it nearly impossible for gaslighters to destabilize them. What's more, Sigma males don't engage in the back and forth of trying to prove themselves right. They don't need to. Once they see through the manipulation, they simply disengage. The gaslighter's mind games fail because the Sigma male isn't interested in playing. They see the strategy for what it is, dissect it with cold logic, and then mentally move on. The manipulator is left flailing, unable to create the confusion they need to succeed. At number 4, psychological aikido, flipping the script on manipulation. Gaslighters aim to manipulate and control, but Sigma males have a unique way of turning that manipulation against them. Instead of resisting or reacting emotionally, a Sigma male uses the gaslighter's own tactics to expose their weaknesses. It's like psychological aikido, using the manipulator's energy and turning it back on them. When a gaslighter tries to distort reality or twist facts, the Sigma male doesn't fight back in the typical sense. Instead, they allow the gaslighter to dig their own hole. By staying calm and letting the manipulator overextend, the Sigma quietly observes and collects evidence. Every time the gaslighter tries to flip the script, the Sigma is mentally cataloging inconsistencies and lies, waiting for the right moment to reveal the truth. This is a form of psychological warfare that gaslighters aren't prepared for. They expect emotional outbursts or confusion, but instead, they're met with someone who mirrors their tactics back at them, exposing their manipulation for what it is. By not directly confronting the gaslighter's lies, but instead guiding the conversation in a way that reveals the truth, the Sigma male subtly flips the script. The manipulator ends up caught in their own web of deceit. This approach is powerful because it doesn't require confrontation. The Sigma male doesn't have to call out the gaslighter directly or engage in a battle of words. Instead, they let the gaslighter's manipulation unravel itself. It's a quiet but devastating strategy, leaving the gaslighter exposed and vulnerable, their own tactics turned against them. By using the gaslighter's manipulation as fuel, the Sigma male not only neutralizes the attack, but also leaves the manipulator powerless in the process. Number 5. Exposing the gaslighter's true colors. Brutal clarity. Gaslighters operate in the shadows, twisting words and distorting truth while keeping their true intentions hidden. They rely on their victims not seeing the bigger picture, which allows them to keep manipulating behind the scenes. But when they target a Sigma male, this tactic falls apart. Sigma males have a knack for cutting through the fog and seeing people for exactly who they are. And when they do, they expose the gaslighter's true colors for everyone to see. A Sigma male isn't interested in playing along with someone's manipulation. They have a sharp sense of awareness, able to pick up on subtle cues that others might miss. When a gaslighter tries to create confusion or cast doubt, the Sigma doesn't fall into the trap. Instead, they recognize the patterns and tactics being used, and they make it clear that they see through the lies. This isn't done with grand gestures or confrontations. Sigma males don't need to shout from the rooftops to expose a gaslighter. Instead, they do it in subtle, effective ways. They might ask a simple question that forces the gaslighter to trip over their own narrative, or calmly point out inconsistencies that make the manipulator squirm. It's not about accusing the gaslighter, It's about making them reveal themselves. The power in this approach lies in its quiet precision. A Sigma male doesn't need to gather an army to prove the gaslighter wrong. They simply shine a light on the truth, and the gaslighter's carefully crafted persona starts to crumble. When the manipulator is exposed, they lose their power not just over the Sigma male, but over anyone else they were trying to control. Their true nature is laid bare, and there's no going back. By exposing the gaslighter for what they are, Sigma males strip away the mask and leave them vulnerable without having to engage in any messy confrontation. It's a masterful form of psychological disarmament, subtle, effective, and final. Number 6. Weaponized boundaries. Fortresses, not fences. Sigma males don't just set boundaries, they weaponize them. While most people struggle to maintain their limits, constantly bending and giving in to pressure, a Sigma male's boundaries are like a fortress, unbreakable, clear, and non-negotiable. For a gaslighter who relies on crossing lines and pushing people into uncomfortable situations, this is an absolute nightmare. When a gaslighter tries to manipulate, they test how far they can go. They slowly erode boundaries, hoping their victim will give in just a little more each time. But with a Sigma male, those tactics fall apart. A Sigma male knows exactly where they stand and what they will tolerate. Their boundaries aren't just rules, they're a power move. When someone tries to overstep, they don't argue or explain. They simply shut the door. This approach doesn't leave room for debate or negotiation. Gaslighters are used to finding cracks in someone's defenses, but with Sigma males, there are no cracks. Every attempt to push beyond the line is met with a cold, calm refusal. And the beauty of it is that a Sigma male doesn't need to be aggressive or confrontational to hold their ground. They simply enforce their boundaries, and that alone sends a powerful message. For a gaslighter, this is frustrating because they can't control someone who won't budge. Every time they try to manipulate or push past a boundary, they hit an invisible wall. This forces the gaslighter to reveal their hand, showing just how far they're willing to go to get what they want. But the Sigma male doesn't flinch. By standing firm, they turn their boundaries into a weapon, forcing the gaslighter into a position of powerlessness. This unyielding stance doesn't just protect the Sigma male, it completely dismantles the gaslighter's strategy. Without the ability to invade someone's personal space or control their emotional reactions, the manipulator loses all leverage. And in the end, the Sigma male's refusal to bend becomes a silent but devastating blow to the gaslighter's game. Number 7. Indifference as a power. Play, starving the manipulator. Gaslighters thrive on attention and emotional reactions. They need engagement, whether it's anger, fear, or confusion, to keep their manipulation going. But when they come across a Sigma male, they hit a wall of indifference. Sigma males don't give them the emotional fuel they need to stay in control. Instead, they respond with an almost chilling detachment, making it clear that they simply don't care. Indifference is a powerful weapon. It's not about ignoring someone, it's about making them irrelevant. For a gaslighter, this is a crushing blow because their entire strategy hinges on getting under someone's skin. They expect their manipulation to cause chaos, but when they're met with a calm, detached attitude, they lose their grip. The Sigma male's indifference sends a clear message. Your games don't matter here. This isn't passive behavior, it's an intentional power move. By not reacting, the Sigma male puts themselves in control of the situation without lifting a finger. The gaslighter, who feeds on drama, is left without a way to manipulate the Sigma's emotions. It's like trying to fight someone who refuses to step into the ring. The gaslighter is swinging at air, trying desperately to provoke a response, but all they get is silence. What makes this so devastating is that it starves the gaslighter of their power. Manipulation can't survive without engagement, and the Sigma male's indifference leaves the gaslighter with nowhere to go. They become irrelevant, their tricks exposed as powerless against someone who simply refuses to care. This quiet dismissal isn't just a defense, it's a form of dominance. By remaining indifferent, the Sigma male makes it clear that they're untouchable, and the gaslighter is left scrambling, unable to create the emotional havoc they need. The game is over before it even begins. Number 8. Walking away without a second thought. The ultimate exit. Sigma males have a unique ability to walk away without a second thought, and that's one of their greatest strengths against gaslighters. While most people get caught up in trying to fix things, explain themselves, or salvage relationships, Sigma males understand when something, or someone, isn't worth their time. This makes them nearly impossible to trap in a manipulative game. Gaslighters rely on keeping their targets hooked, using confusion, guilt, or emotional manipulation to keep them engaged. But a Sigma male doesn't linger in toxic situations. If they recognize that someone is trying to manipulate or control them, they simply leave. No drama, no arguments, no drawn-out discussions, just a quiet exit. This ability to walk away cuts off the gaslighter's control at the source. It's not that Sigma males don't care. They care deeply about things that matter to them. But they're highly selective about where they invest their energy. If someone shows their true colors as manipulative or toxic, a Sigma male won't waste time trying to change them. They know that staying in a situation like that only gives the gaslighter more power. So instead of fighting or trying to prove a point, they just walk away. And that's devastating for the gaslighter, because they lose their ability to manipulate the moment their target steps out of the game. What makes this even more powerful is the Sigma's complete lack of regret. They don't look back, second-guessing whether they made the right choice. Once they've made the decision to walk away, it's final. This leaves the gaslighter powerless and confused because they're used to people staying entangled in their manipulations, always coming back for more. But with a Sigma male, once they're gone for good. By walking away without a second thought, Sigma males demonstrate ultimate control over their own lives. They refuse to be held hostage by someone else's manipulative tactics, and in doing so, they take away all of the gaslighter's power. It's a clean, simple exit that leaves the manipulator with nothing but an empty game. In the end, Sigma males redefine the rules of engagement with gaslighters. Their immunity to manipulation stems from an inner strength and clarity that makes them nearly invulnerable to the tactics of deceit and control. By rejecting the need for external validation, staying composed, and using psychological tactics with precision, Sigma males dismantle the gaslighter's strategy before it even begins. Their unyielding boundaries and strategic indifference render the gaslighter's manipulations ineffective. And when faced with toxic behavior, their ability to walk away without hesitation reinforces their unassailable position. In a world where manipulation and deceit are often met with emotional turmoil and confusion, Sigma males stand as a testament to the power of self-awareness and emotional control. Their approach doesn't just neutralize gaslighters, it exposes their flaws and renders their tactics obsolete. By remaining unshaken and unengaged, Sigma males turn the tables, leaving gaslighters powerless and irrelevant. In their wake, they leave behind a clear message. Manipulation has no place in the realm of true self-assurance and strength. If you found this insight into how Sigma males counteract gaslighting compelling, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analysis and strategies on navigating complex interactions. Stay tuned for future content that will help you understand and master the dynamics of personal empowerment and effective communication.